It's a me. Okay. So tonight's episode is we're gonna we run out of phone battery because um, I dropped my phone in the water today, and I can't charge it until it dries out. So there you go. Let's get you guys set up on the computer. Wow. Hi, everybody. Yes, my phone is waterproof, but the connection has to have no moisture in it before it'll charge. So, yes. I am later than normal. I apologize. I had to do some other stuff. Okay, hello, everyone. Been waiting. Oh, I'm getting yelled at. I'm late. Sorry I'm so late, guys. Oh, okay. What was that noise? Oh, notifications. Let's turn those off. Okay. I normally, it's rare that I wear a black t-shirt in all honesty. Normally I'm wearing some kind of a color. Um, I don't know when they got together and voted black was the official color of Halloween, but I must have been in the bathroom that day or something because, no, I'd rather be in like a Hawaiian shirt or something like that. My Friday was fine. Larry, I'm glad you were happy, sir. Well, Rachel, you didn't miss it. You didn't miss it. I'm running later than normal. We'll probably run an hour or two today, and then that'll be enough for tonight. But, there's always stuff to do. I got something in the mail. I think, if it's what I think it is, then I want to show you guys. It is. It is what I think it is. So I actually ordered 3 flocking guns. I took the, so what happens is the money from Super Chat, YouTube holds for 30 days. So, but I'm not going to wait 30 days per se to, this is one of those useless garbage bags. I cut this previously for a different project. So, but I knew I was getting one anyway, so I went ahead and I ordered a couple flocking guns. I don't have any flocking right now, but it looks like one of the flocking wands came in. And I ordered a couple so I can kind of test them out and figure out which one I like. There's one called the CP70, which is a big boy, and that one is about $1,300. And if bears become popular, or if people like that look on the werewolves, then maybe I'll go and get the CP70. But this is my first flocking gun I've ever owned. It's right here. And this box is completely covered in tape. It's one of those completely packing tape boxes. Looks like a brick of cocaine. Just what I wanted. What's the street value of this flocking gun? I also understand that changing colors can be kind of a bear, no pun intended. So having a couple that you can have set up with the standard colors is not a bad idea. But the CP70 is expensive, so. It's a 1-year warranty. That has lovely instructions in a mixture of English and other Asian dialects. My favorite is when they call spark plugs sparkle plugs. I love that. I don't know why, but I do. All right, oh, so this comes with some green flocking for Mossman. Here is a wand portion, and that is where the flock comes out of. Batteries go in there. There's, of course, an on-off switch right here. So yeah, this has some stuff in it. That's neat. I'm not going to go crazy with this, but I thought I would show you guys. Thought I would relocate the box.
This is for little flocking.
Raw flocking. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited. He's great, man. Anyway, I digress. All right. I dropped the box. I didn't drop the flocking gun. No problem. Happy to help on your sculpt. Hopefully that little technique of just looking at your references and making those lines will help you. That technique has helped me in the past. Hello, Mr. Jimmy. Eventually I will flock something. Right now I don't have to flock anything right now. I have to figure out what's happening here in the shop and what my next project is. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 8:57 p.m.
You will see the flocking gun in action. Maybe there will be some flocking on, we'll have a Memorial Monday flocking extravaganza. I don't have the flock that I need. I don't have flocking. So as soon as I get flocking, I have some green, but I don't need anything flocked green right now. Nothing coming down the pipe is green. Oh, hello everyone. Hello Ezekiel. Hello Stacy. Okay, so don't paint leopard print. Paint leopard spots, which are rosettes. Do you have visual reference? Are you using a good visual reference? And make sure you have a leopard and not a jaguar. They're very similar. So, what are you painting leopard print, if I can ask that? Because leopard print implies that it's fabric. Leopard spots would be the animal. Okay, look at some references. And in most big cats, their spot pattern comes off of their spine. So look at a top view of a leopard and look at that and put that top spine of the leopard right here on the face mask. And then you can airbrush or paint or whatever the spots in the pattern that you see. Hopefully that will help. It is Saturday night. Hello, Hot Rod Bear. There's so many bears now in our. We have a lot of bears in our group. Oh, 1980. That is exactly the kind of quality entertainment I've come to expect from you, sir. Okay. Apparently we are pro bear, yes. We make the bears watch us make bears. It wasn't a dollar store, it was a no. It was Dollar General. Dollar General is not a dollar store. Dollar General is where I got that pouring stool. And they're wonderful. Bears are unbearable. Okay. This is my room of darkness. Just gotta turn the light. This is no longer my room of darkness. These are my pores from... What? Okay. These are my pores from earlier today. I have seen some silicone molds at Hobby Lobby, but I don't know exactly which ones you're referring to. I know they have them. They have them for chocolate. They have them for a couple things. They have some molds for polymer clay. So, which molds are you referring? So Bella is afraid of fireworks, and someone nearby is having a Memorial Day party. It is scaring my doge. So Shannon may have her hands full with a scared Bella over at the house. Okay, pop this guy out of here. Yeah, so the very next pull of this, I'm definitely going to foam. I've got pouring down to where I know I'm not going to have any issues, I think, in the teeth or whatever. And I have to wait for that before I can really think about foaming it. This is Heptaron, by the way. Hello, wife. Dude, that table over there is for wife if you want to move a couple things and make yourself some room. Hello. My wife just got here. Neat. Yeah, I never understood the whole baby-shaped things at baby showers. It's like, have you seen the cakes that look just like a baby? And they cut into it and it's cake? That's so weird. It's like pseudo-cannibalism. Okay. Wife, I'm pulling a Heptaron.
Oh, that's for Warren.
Oh, he got a blank, right?
Warren got a blank.
Sweet, that means it's done. What are the... I have 2 creatures to do, right, honey?
Two,
Gillman.
you have one Gillman. You still have another Frankenstein.
Is Gilman color or black and white?
Gilman is black and white.
Okay.
Frankenstein is color.
Okay. This is Warren's Heptaron. I don't know if he's watching this evening. Now, let's pull a Gilman. Meeny, meeny, miny, mo. Pull a Gilman by the tip. If he blah, 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 let him go.
Warren says, hooray, I got me a Heptaron.
You do got you one.
Man with the flash, it looks like a frilled dinosaur from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, frilled is a very popular way for them to be right out of the mold. Remember, the Gilman has all those gills that shoot down. You've got to kind of push them down and out before you can get the two halves of the mold apart. There we go. What's that noise? I'm probably going to paint up a Gilman.
Gilman is for body geeks.
Oh, the black and white one?
Yes.
Cool. Just have to pour this powder.
Double check the color on it. Black and white, yes. Black and white Gilman.
Cool. Okay.
Gilman.
This is my expert breaking down boxes team who are hard at work processing all of the cardboard that we get from Amazon orders. Yeah. So wife, I'm now not looking at anything.
Good.
All right.
All right, you have 68 people watching.
Whoa, 68.
68.
That's awesome.
This will be Body Geeks black and white future.
Yes.
Oops, the recycle of black.
Hello, wife.
One of my shop teachers in high school was named Howard Gilman.
Awesome.
So explain what you're doing and why. So.
Okay, so on blanks, let me close this door. On blanks, you have the two halves of the mold that come together. You can see that line of where the two halves of the mold came together. And when you pour it up, often latex goes in that little crack between the two halves of the mold. So that is why there's this fringe of latex around it that I have to cut off.
That's
Yeah.
called flash.
Yeah, that's called flash or flashing. Not fun kind of flashing.
Just so that they know that when they buy buy a blank, it'll have flash.
Yeah, so when you buy a blank, you have to trim the flash. When you guys buy blanks, I'm doing all the work and you guys get the fun part of painting, finishing. So the only like work part you guys have to do is trim the flash.
Jesse Papa Bear says it was a clean house or what you. So I'm now having a drink.
I see.
What are you drinking, Jesse Papa Bear?
I'm glad that I could be your excuse.
The cups look like they are bigger on every live broadcast.
They are bigger on every live broadcast. At the beginning of quarantine, they were 40 pounds. And now each of them are 75 pounds.
They're just a little over 6 months old.
Yeah, and they're a little over 6 months old.
Is your Monster Museum a permanent installment at the Renaissance Fair? If so, how did you get into that?
It is a permanent installment. I was doing some haunted house stuff for them, and I pitched the idea of what I wanted to do to the GM, and he found me a space to do it, and then that went well. The next year, I bought a booth building, and I turned that into my museum. It's just a business like any other, but you have to kind of be vetted, and my business concept was kind of unique, so it was a little bit easy. You know, it's normally there are like dungeon exhibits that the festival themselves own. That's how a lot of them are. It's rare that that's owned by an outside person. But since mine was mythology based, it was very different.
Do you use a buffing wheel still to remove flashing?
Yes, this is the big stuff. I normally cut it off with scissors, and then I go to cuticle scissors, and then I will go to the buffing wheel.
Have you ever visited the Superman Museum in Metropolis, Illinois?
I have not. I've never been to Metropolis, Illinois. I will tell you, Superman is not like one of my favorite heroes. It's like he's cheating. He has so many powers. I think in order to write for him, you have to kind of forget a couple of his powers every now and then. So, honey, this is a mask, right? So I'm cutting the eyes out like normal. Or is this a bust? I think it's a mask.
Do not have anything that says it's foam filled.
Then it's a Gilman mask.
I'm going to pull up the original order just to make sure.
Okay. Now I'm just looking for any little cancerous lumps looking things. And black and white, huh?
So, again, I'm checking. When I pull up the history of this fine customer,
Yeah.
there's a lot to come through,
Yes.
which is great. Not complaining at all. Okay. Color choice, black and white grayscale. Do not see anything that says it's going to be an active wearing mask.
No worries. Great.
Okay. Oh,
Now,
Steve,
what happened?
look at the screen. My goodness.
Steve, you're a madman.
Steve, what are you
Thank
doing?
you, sir. Appreciate that. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Are you opened back up yet? Because I think you being bored around the house would be a dangerous thing, sir.
Will Carrot, you have the pumpkin face mask that you wrote us about today, I believe. Will has asked if it's possible for his pumpkin face mask to be painted live.
Yes, we can do that.
There you go, Will.
I will actually pour it tomorrow, and then I will paint it live on Monday.
Okay. Will, there you got it. Make sure you tune in Monday night. I know it's a holiday.
I can't wiggle my nose without looking mean, but yeah, we'll make
It's a
that happen.
holiday, but there you go. We will paint up your pumpkin face on Monday. Steve is insanely busy. I'll bet you are.
That's awesome. I love hearing that.
Thank you for all the Loctite foam tutorials. So informative.
Isn't that great stuff? It sounded like a pun, like I meant it to be funny. Isn't that really cool stuff? I'm very happy with Loctite foam. It's changed a lot of the way I do things.
Spastic Pug says, I won't be on for long. I was watching my brothers and just wanted to stop here.
Well, thank you for stopping in and saying hey.
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 Steve Payne says, I am essential. Cuckoo Cuckoo.
Yeah, I'm not essential. That's okay. My wife is essential.
Bill says, every day is a holiday in here. I think so. Lockhart, grandkids are having a blast with their masks.
I saw that. I saw some of those pictures Connie posted, I think. Boris, that's you. Boris, that's...
Outside. Saw his reflection.
Boris is learning about reflections, and it is not uncommon for him to see another dog in the window, freak out, and go try and talk to that dog. And then he goes outside and he looks, he's like, where'd that dog go? And then he comes back in. My dogs are, yeah. They're my dogs. They're not my smart dogs.
Scott Wheelis says hello.
Scott Wheelis, how you doing, sir? Good to hear from you. I'm going to put on my glasses. Not because I need my glasses, but only because it'll stop little bits of latex from shooting into my eyeballs. And maybe a little bit because I need my glasses.
Corey Val says, hey brother, awesome work as always.
Thank you. Did you see that my flocking gun came in?
No.
It's right.
where?
It's right there in that black box.
That's it? That tiny box? I was
Well-
expecting some giant
I will order a giant one at some time.
I was expecting a colonial marines from alien
It's-
style weaponry.
It's more of a flocking gun wand.
It's so tiny.
It is. It is.
This is very anticlimactic.
My wife is mocking my flocking gun.
I am not. I just expected it to be like, quit. Quit. I just expected it to be like, some big, it's a gun. a missile.
I just expect this to be awesome.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it is.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome. Just you wait. Just you
There we
wait.
go. That's what she said, shaming the flocking gun. I just expected it to be bigger. That's not going on a t-shirt, guys. Oh my. Never tell your husband it's tiny, no matter what it is.
Especially the word gun is in it. You know what I mean? You just shouldn't do that. That's my flocking derringer.
Oh, I was expecting some, big piece of machinery. Oh boy,
What's that?
they're running with it.
I see.
Scott Wheeler says, I miss working with you. I'm the one who loves your phone videos and asked about the buffing wheel earlier.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yes. Yeah. Still use buffing wheel. And actually, on Amazon, you can buy Oops All Buffing Wheels, which is, they're all felt tips. These are, sometimes I take out what's in there and I put it in here, and I shouldn't do that. But yeah, those are all different shapes and types of felt buffing wheels. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what he has. I have to go check and see what the dog is eating because it's Saturday. Cheney, he's found a box of clay close to his bed. And he is, chewing on the corner of the box to get at the clay in order to eat it. Because clay is delicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Okay. And now he knows he's busted, so he went to the other side of the room. It's okay. It's okay, boys.
So Wheeler said so clean.
That's because they're new. Well, okay, they're a couple months old, but still. I mean, latex doesn't wear out a buffing wheel very fast. So you have a lot of time with them.
Is that just a dry felt buffing wheel without any compound?
Correct. Just go dry. It's my motto.
This evening is just
Just-
starting
yeah.
out in a terrible way.
With the Dremel. Now I go and get some naphtha, and I'm going to wipe this edge down with naphtha.
Are you out of naphtha?
Alexa, add naphtha to my shopping list. Oh, I have some. Well, no, that's xylene.
I've added Napa to your shopping list.
Alexa, add naphtha to my shopping list.
You already have Napa on your shopping list. Would you like to add Napa again?
Alexa, add naphtha to my shopping list.
I added Napa to your shopping list.
Just takes a while. Gotta communicate with her. Okay.
Rob O'Brien. Well, I guess I'll be buying all that too. Thanks, ALEXA.
Alexa, please add orangutan, butter stick, bucket, monkey, china.
I added orangutan butter stick bucket monkey to your shopping list.
Thank you, Alexa.
You're such a jerk. Hey, Rob, we got the waffle maker today. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna have me some chaffles.
I've got to learn to make chaffles for you.
Well, you think it's mean now, but days from now, he'll be in the grocery store laughing his butt off if he pulls up his Alexa shopping list on his app. And she says, Alexa, what's the last item on my shopping list?
You have 19 items on your shopping list. Here are the 5 most recent. Orangutan butter stick bucket monkey, Napa, sugar-free steak sauce, and Atkins bars.
Yeah.
Would you like to hear the next 5 items?
No, thank you.
Would you like to hear the next 5 items?
No, thank you, Alexa.
Okay.
If I have her do that, Steve, I saw that pop up on the TV, then this video be taken down for a copyright infringement. So I can't.
She'll, oh my God, thanks. 3 different devices just went off. Rob O'Brien says, I don't know where to get fresh orangutan stick butter. ALEXA, your shopping assistant, not your smart shopping assistant.
It's the orangutan stick butter is expensive because they don't like to be milked. Let's start there. They don't like to be milked. They don't enjoy the milking process. It's hard for them. If that was the thing we had to do, how would we go about milking orangutan? I would imagine that I would want it to be like part of the process, and I would make like a fake baby orangutan. That's how, but like there's a tube. My wife is encouraging me to not go down this path any further.
There's so much that I haven't read tonight because
This is why we don't start late, guys. When we start late, you get late night stilt beast before you're supposed to have late night stilt beast.
You start getting punchy.
We're supposed to ease into this stuff. Okay, Cena's good here.
Abort, Alan, abort.
Yeah. No one wants to know how you...
ALEXA, what the hell is orangutan stick butter? Rob O'Brien says, red card.
Okay. I have a little more drilling to do. I don't like this seam over here. It's too heavy.
Stacy, I'm just over here to moderate the comments. I can't moderate him.
That's a fair statement.
This stream is taking a sharp left turn.
And yet, it's all wholesome.
Really impressed with the sculpt.
Thank
great
you.
work and beautiful teamwork. Attention to detail. Steve said he's out fishing with the wife and watching Alan.
Hooray!
Fishing with us.
I stopped at a couple places and threw a line out. Basically, I scouted for new places to throw out my kayak. Let's see how that do. Oh, that's better.
Danielle Wilson says, my ALEXA shopping list was nothing like what Alan said, but she tried.
Good effort, good effort.
Did you ever go over after the naphtha and retexture with latex?
Yeah, you can.
Where can I get orangutan videos? I'm asking for a friend, honest. Oh.
Okay. That, I mean, sometimes you have a little trench there, and you have to do a little patchy, but don't think I need to on this one.
So this week's t-shirts are all orangutan based. Oh no, Ezekiel's gone.
Probably not a good thing. All right. So it is now trimmed. Well, it's clean. I gotta still cut the mouth out and the eyes out and that kind of stuff.
Is citric acid still the best to clean the mask before painting?
I would say yes. It is kind of the best. Normally, I do haunted house paint jobs, and I give it a wipe down with either mineral spirits or naphtha, or I just hit it so fresh out of the mold I don't have to do that at all. You know, because this guy got out of the mold 10 minutes ago. But yeah, the citric acid or D-limonene is real good for a wipe down. It opens up the pores of the latex, and that allows you to just the paint grabs better because the latex is clean. The pores are open.
Will you be able to complete the paint job on the Gillman tonight?
Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 9:32 p.m.
As long as the base dries, I think so. Part of the durability testing we do here at Stokely Studio.
My in-laws were having an argument one night, and ALEXA told him to stop it.
Nice.
That's creepy.
That's great.
Will Carrot says, my grandma milked an orangutan once and ended up pregnant. Look. That's where we've gone tonight.
Ah, I almost lost all track of where the mouth was. Be very careful trimming from the inside because you can lose track of where the mouth is. Have a sweet starter hole.
Steve Haynes. I'm going to be a good boy and duct tape my fingers so I don't type my thoughts.
Very good, Steve. Very good. Okay, now I have a trimmed mask. Eyes open, mouth is open. We're ready to go.
Did a lot of building design for my mini Hollywood, says Spectacle.
Cool. Are you doing like a theater or LA, or what are you doing as far as your little Hollywood? Or is it like the whole town of Hollywood? I'm not entirely sure of what's happening because Shannon's not reading me everything, which is wise.
Because I'm answering an email. Just hang on.
But Stacy, don't encourage him. All I have to say about that.
Okay.
Let's start getting some color on this guy.
Yeah. I'm actually caught up. Stacy was. A lot of times, these fine folks are talking to each other, and they're not talking to you. They're talking.
Right.
They're just not talking to you. Spastic Pug says it's an extremely simplified version of the town. Very simple, cartoony, and pretty much the only important buildings, like Chinese theater.
That's awesome. That's what a fun project. I have a plan one day. I'm gonna have like a model train set that is like Transylvania, and it's the train, you know, all the different cars and stuff are, you know, Transylvania themed. All right. So I'm doing this a little bit differently now. What's happening is I'm going to paint this one with all just brushes. Granted, it's a black and white paint job, so it's pretty simple to begin with. But I did an airbrush video that was, you know, all airbrush. I painted the whole thing with an airbrush. And that's great. A lot of folks don't have an airbrush. So I thought I would do a video, and this obviously will probably not be it, but I'm going to do a video that is just paintbrushes, you know? You don't have to have an airbrush.
$19.80 NKE says should do a run of all caps. Have Shannon create wigged headdresses that are fast on and off.
Read that again for me. We should do what now?
Do a run of bald caps and have Shannon create wigged headdresses that are fast on and off.
I don't know that Shannon's ever done anything like that, but
Might mean Stacy.
you may mean Stacy. That is not my wife.
Stacy is the creator of haunted headdresses.
I do know that Stacy is an awesome wife, though. And I know this because one time at dark hour, we had to go to McDonald's because we were there working beforehand. And we went to McDonald's without saying a word. We went through the drive-thru. I handed her the bags. She got out my stuff. She put the straw in my glass, and she half did the burger with the so I could eat it while I'm driving.
Me?
Awesome.
Stacy.
Stacy, like without even talking about it. She has mad wife skills.
Do you ever tint your latex anymore, Scott reads?
No. I found it hurt the stretch. And I would rather have the latex have it stretch and then have a paint with it stretch. I would just rather do it with black latex. or with black paint. Now, normally I do spray this on. I'll spray it with a airbrush or a paint sprayer, but I'm just going to go a little bit old school this time. It's a dry day, so I don't think it's going to take too long to dry. The airbrush, you can put it on thinner, and it just doesn't take as long to dry.
I have a ton of train parts from the 50s and 60s. Do you want them?
I'm going to say no, because I don't know what scale train set I would do eventually, you know? So I would say no right now, but that is a very kind offer.
My grandfather loves model train sets. He helps me with most of my projects and has taught me a bit of painting and carpentry. That is fast and fun.
Awesome, that's cool.
Stacy says hashtag not wife.
We, when I was growing up, I had a neighbor named Mr. Caudill, and he was a farmer, and in like his whole basement was a model train set. It was very cool. And my plan is, like, when I have a when I have a haunted house, my Transylvania Terror train, that one of the like things to do that is not a haunted house, it's just, you know, maybe 16 by 24 shed, and all of it is the model train, but it's, here's the part of the park that you're in, and it's all this imaginary land outside of it, you know. Here's the route that you go on, but if the train went this way, you know, then you would go by the Swamp of Sadness and all this other crap.
Do you ever use computer programs to see your masking different color schemes?
Yeah, I think that right now, if you look on my Facebook profile picture is a color mock-up I did of my Beastman sculpture, which I think I'm going to mold tomorrow. I'm going to sit on the goat for one more day, and then I'll go to the goat and I'll work on it. But Beastman I know is done, and I'll mold him tomorrow.
Spastic Pug says, I'm trying to find how to make little cars move through the city. Scott Willis says, are you still using a PAX formula on the paint?
No. This is 1/3, well, that was 20 years ago. 1/3 casting latex, 1/3 distilled water, and 1/3 latex paint from Home Depot. This is a paint recipe I got from Ed Edmonds a long time ago, and I love it, and that's what I pretty much use all the time now.
It's okay, 1980, no problem. Stacy is a seamstress and the creator of haunted headdresses. So if you go on our website and you pull up haunted headdresses, Stacy is the creator of those. Accessories and the hats is created by our another friend of ours named Leslie, who you've seen before, and she does the hats. So just depending on what you're interested in, we've got some different spots, but no harm done. It is okay.
How dare you?
It is okay. Wait a minute. Stuff is moving so fast, and I just missed something funny. Spastic Pug. Whenever the wife isn't on, the president makes an angry tweet. Okay, Goblins and Candlesticks. Hello. Gregory Haynes. Hi. Says, hi all. I'm sitting in the den watching Alan work on the big screen with my dog.
Hooray!
In my lap. Life is good. Rob O'Brien says, Capricorn.
Yes, Capricorn. What a great name that is.
I always wanted a model train like the Addams family had that I could crash.
Yeah, I mean that's probably part of you know, I had some minor exposure to them as a child, so that's kind of been in the back of my mind. There was not a theme park, a themed place called Dinosaur Land in West Virginia that we went to. And in one room there was and we didn't even know this was there. We just thought it was all giant concrete dinosaurs, which is cool. But there was Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman. There was like a mini monster wax museum with like 10, 15 figures in it. And I thought that was so awesome. And now I own a monster museum. They also had a train set. And it was the train set kind of the park. And the dinosaurs were, they were toy dinosaurs. But still, you know, that's awesome. I thought that was very cool.
Cobwebs and Candlestick says, the new shop is done. New video tomorrow or Monday.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that. I love that.
You're gonna give us a shop tour. You're okay, 1980. Scott McDonald just watched Pumpkinhead today.
Good movie.
Pumpkinhead 2 today. It had
Also-
probably the worst acting I've ever seen. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Wait till you get to like part 3, Blood Wings. That does not even what you think it means. Yeah, Pumpkinhead with wings, cool.
I'll just shrink back to my corner. So this is a good demo for someone who doesn't have an airbrush or does not feel
Correct.
confident with an airbrush.
Don't need an airbrush, and it looks muddy and blotchy right now. But it's all black. It's all going to be black. Just some areas are thicker than others with the paint. And I'll probably do 2 coats. You know.
I love how this base paint is coming across as a wash. Very cool.
Yeah. And what I need from this paint is I need it to go into the deep areas and stay there. Because that's why I'm basing it out in black. I'm going to dry brush this. That's what I need it to do.
It's all right. It's adding just the perfect texture and looks for the uppercuts and stockings.
It helps, you know. This is what I would use if I was going to do a black wash after too, unless I'm doing it with 99% alcohol and inks. Sometimes I use alcohol inks for that.
So if you're not using an airbrush, do you need to add distilled water?
Yes, because you don't want your paint so thick that it leaves brush marks in it. You don't want to leave any brush marks. This is thin enough, it's self-leveling. 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Now normally, I back off a little bit on the water because I just don't need it that thin. And I'll do one more coat of this, but I could easily leave this and start dry brushing.
Good morning, Richard McGrath. He says, I like all the work everyone has put on the Facebook page. On the picture page.
You did the lion, right, Richard?
With the monocle.
I love that lion you
That
posted.
monocle just made me so happy. I have not had a chance to really tune into the Silby's page, but every time I see something, it looks awesome. Adam's family layout is online. Amazing what people put online.
Oh, it is.
So how fast is that going?
Fast enough. Because, I mean, we're dry brushing in grays, so the paint job itself won't take that long. We'll be done.
With the heat gun, that dries it very fast.
Yeah. You don't want to burn your latex. That's not good for it. So I'm staying pretty far back. I just want a nice warm wind to evaporate the moisture out of the paint.
This later time is perfect for me in the PMW. Watching while I make dinner, that counts as making something, right?
It does.
What's a PMW? Help me out. What is that?
Pacific Northwest.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Bill.
Because they are at least 2 hours behind us. Yeah, he's going to look good black and white. So, honey, the next thing that I have to do for like an auction or whatever, like, yeah, what's that nice company we do for? Don't Be a Monster. I think I'm going to do a Wolfman, Nosferatu, Gilman, Frankenstein 4-pack. Yeah. I think that'll look good. And they'll like it.
We'll get 4 masks. Kit.
Yeah. And I could even do, I was thinking about this. I think the Gravedigger mask would make an excellent mummy. If I add bandages and stuff over it, that's just the under mask. I think that would look cool.
The black and white lineup masks were beautiful. This is looking great already. This is Scott, yes.
The paint just settling in those areas, it gives you a little bit of subtle shadow and highlight. Yeah, it works out nice. Okay, that is dry enough where a second coat will make it darker. You try to put a second coat on while it's still wet, you're just pushing it around and you're not actually gaining anything. This is dry enough where I can start dry brushing it. See the difference of how that second coat goes on? And because this has a little more purchase to it. The paint that's already on there is allowing the other paint to have a good spot to grab.
I'm thinking of posting my failed animatronic Chucky project. Why has it failed in 1980?
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, post something.
Just keep working on it, then it wouldn't have failed.
But why has it failed? Cobwebs is right. You still learn from failures. Post it, brother.
Yeah, man. Failure's just how I got good. I did it wrong a lot.
I am watching for Body Geeks. If he pops on tonight, this is his mask.
Okay.
The more you fail, the more you learn. No joke.
Now, I know some people who fail over and over again and don't learn anything. But failure is a very easy way to learn. It's even better if you learn from someone else's failure. Just don't necessarily thank them for it because that's awkward. Yeah, see, I'm just getting a much better coating on this second one.
Cobwebs, this is Body Geeks Creature. He has ordered a grayscale or classic black and white creature mask. So when you see Body Geeks pop on, and he usually does, this is one of his. It is interesting, we have discovered that a lot of you guys like to see what you've purchased being created on the live feed. And so trying to accommodate that, it's fun. It doesn't always know what's going to be painted at what night, but you guys are enjoying that, and we are too.
Yeah, it's nice to talk to the person I'm making it for while I'm making
And
it.
say, is this too much, too bright, more blood, what do you want? It's actually very helpful. Oh, I'm sorry, Cobwebs. He says, I meant who sculpted this.
I did.
This is a lucky guy.
Yeah, I sculpted this.
Jesse Papa Bear says, I got a lot of family who fail, and fail, yet are still learning.
Yeah. So, this sculpture is probably, this is from the first year of Terra del Monstrum. What year was that, wife? That's 13, right?
13.
Yeah, so this is a sculpture that I did in 2013. And I had only pulled one out of the mold when I said, you know what, I'm going to grab that mold and do some pours of it. It's very important to look at the back of your mask when you're basing out. Even with an airbrush sometimes, cheekbones can be so big that you miss the back of the cheekbone with the airbrush. So that's always something that I look for. And this guy has these gills back in here. It'd be real easy to miss a spot.
Is this only the second pull?
No, this is the fourth pull. This is the fourth pull of this mask.
But the mold itself was made in
Yeah, the mold was made in 2013.
Good evening, Alan. I know you were looking for flocking. Did you find some? If
I did
not,
find some.
I bought some from Etsy, and I think I found the store.
Is it 1/4 inch long? Because what I'm looking for is the longer stuff. You can find the real thin flock, the short flocking, in lots of places. But finding the longer flocking is rather difficult. I should have flocking here by Friday. And that is a black oak creature. Maybe it took a little bit longer than with an airbrush, which is why I use an airbrush. I like fast, but it's just as black. And I may do a black wash on this afterwards. I do like that look. I can just watch it dry. It's really nice. Looks like right now 85 people are watching paint dry. Awesome. You can turn your latex into bacon if you overheat it. And it's rare that I actually am painting one mask at a time. I kind of do this for the lives. Normally, I would have 4 or 5 masks ready to go. And by the time I get done basing out that last mask, then this one would be dry.
Isn't it appropriate to ask how much a piece like this goes for? If so, how much?
No, not at all. I mean, so this is going to be a full head mask, and full head masks are $100. If I add hair, that adds $25. If I add horns and hair, well, that also would add $25. That'd be a $150 mask. If I add LEDs in the eyes, LEDs normally add $50. So there's a formula that I have. Now, sometimes I'll have a really big latex half mask, and normally I charge $75 for those. But if it's really big, and then I'll charge a little more because it just uses more materials. But this is a normal amount of latex for a full-headed mask, so this would still be in the $100 range.
Does the heat shrink latex?
Not significantly, no. Because the latex is holding on to the moisture that's in it.
If you get an average 50 pools from a mold, how many times do you think you have to recast them?
Well, so remember, you don't get 50. You might get 50 pulls, but they're not going to be awesome. This mask is going to break down the mold faster because of all this detail on these fringes and stuff. That's just going to break off. So you'll get 10 really good pulls. You'll get 10 pretty good pulls. Then you could get 20 more kind of bad pulls, but probably still sellable. So right about the 3rd or 4th one, when I know how to pour that mask, because each mask tells you how to pour it. Your first pull, you might be having air bubble in teeth or something like that, or ears. You have to work on your air bubbles and where they show up and how you fix it. So what I normally do is the 3rd or 4th pull. If I think I'm going to sell more than 20 of these guys, I will go ahead and I will make a foam master, like I did a Frankenstein the other day. And then I can mold that whenever I want. It will be a little bit smaller because latex shrinks each time.
I'm curious to see how you pull off black and white paint job. I'm trying to figure out a paint scheme for my gray wolf spider mask.
Okay. I'll show you.
Hello, Monster of Herman. Such an awesome sculpt.
Why, thank you.
Do you have a video on articulating the jaw on the mask?
I do. I have a whole series of videos on a playlist called Khajiit, and in that Khajiit video series, I build a mask with a movable jaw.
Can you spell Khajiit for me?
Khajiit. Khajiit.
I love that pumpkin pulp shirt. They are my fellow Hoosiers.
They're awesome guys. They're show buddies for us. We'll go out to dinner with them pretty often at Trans World or MHC one night. Just good people. It's not just dry. It's dry enough. I almost just took a drink of this. That is black paint. Thou shalt not drink black paint.
I'm curious as to why you didn't pipe the Frankenstein foam fill before adding the foam.
Well, if I just cut it off level, it won't need a pipe at all. It'll just sit on its own base. But it's pretty easy to just add a pipe on there. Okay, so my phone says 15% battery power. I'm going to try plugging in again, okay? See if it dings.
This is a good one.
Yep. Now it says unplug charger. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Just try and get the moisture out of my phone. Because the phone's waterproof. But
What happened?
I did drop my phone in water. The phone itself is waterproof, but all of the moisture has to be out of the charging port. I'm going to do something I rarely ever do. I'm going to use the heat gun on low. And I'm going to shoot it into your charging hole. You guys can feel it. Just like I dried up. Yeah. Alexa, countdown 2 minutes. I'm only going
2
to
minutes.
spend 2 minutes on
Starting
this. I'm taking off your protective rubber case. Now you guys are vulnerable. And now there's plastic. Yeah. You rotate device. I'm trying to do something here. Okay, hang on. We're taking off. That's my hand, everybody. Enjoy.
Would your hose be better?
Shh. You and your logical ideas.
Michael Lasser says it sounds like a minor hurricane. Electronics cleaner is great to have evaporate water from phones.
Okay.
Hello, Chance Speck.
And just maybe being out of the case, this will evaporate faster. Oh, my phone is so much smaller now. Now if I drop you, it's scrummed.
Okay, but I didn't find you any flocking. At least you found us, says Jimmy Terrell.
Okay, so listen. You're going to get just a little more exposure of the minor hurricane. Protect yon ears, yo. Someone's a die while we're painting this. I heated my phone up like this before. My wife was very nervous.
I thought we might be getting a random water buffalo peak.
Luckily, Alexa, stop. Luckily, that hasn't happened yet on.
Okay, if this doesn't work, then we'll use my phone. Okay, do you need to?
You'd have to sign into my YouTube. You have the YouTube app?
I do. I'm
Okay.
gonna sign out, I'm gonna hand it to you and use my.
But anyway, I've got 15%. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to go on this phone until it dies. When it dies, we will switch and we'll just put on a new phone. It'll be another live feed, so be aware of that. Unless I'm done before my phone, runs out of juice. It's possible. Es posible.
Okay, so I'll wait until you're done.
Let me get my paintbrush.
I feel it's so exposed. You have to touch. Spray it with brake cleaner, it'll evaporate it.
That sounds like explosions. All right. I have a dark gray. And grab another brush.
beast mode get molded?
Not yet. I'm hoping that happens tomorrow. I know that one's ready to mold. So I'm just building up color kind of slowly. Wherever you have direction, you want to run your brush opposite those lines so that you are able to take the color. If I ran it with these ridges, then the brush bristles would go down in them and I would not preserve that black. If I run this way, then the bristles never go down in there. When I moved to Orlando in '95, in June of '95, because I graduated high school and then I drove to Orlando. And shortly after I was there, we had Hurricane Ivan. And I remember riding a bike through downtown Orlando with all the broken windows and broken trees downtown. It was crazy. This was well after the hurricane, but before the cleanup. So I just have a nice dark gray. Now, I have a little bit of a seam up there. If I just dry brushed over the seam like normal, it would show up. So here's where I'm going to use that trick of going against the grain. I'm going to go with the seam. And I'm just going to fill in the seam. So now it's not going to pop from dry brush. And this color